In this session today, we will be looking at options for attaching documents to Epicor, the difference between the native document attachments framework and ECM, Epicor Content Management. We'll take a look at how IDC, the Intelligent Data Capture, automates document processing, and finally touch on Prism AI and how it's extending document intelligence in Kinetic. This session will not be a technical session. We are instead going to focus on options that are available to attach documents. What kind of look at what each product does, where it fits in the Epicor system, and the types of business processes that these options can help you with. Why document management? Well, regardless of whatever industry you're in, nearly every business process depends on documents. The challenge isn't creating the documents, it's really how do we manage them? I'm sure we've all sometimes felt like the bear next in the picture where paperwork has been taken over our lives, whether that paperwork is electronic or it is a physical paperwork. Many organizations have files spread across email, network drives, SharePoint, local desktops, filing cabinets, which makes finding documents and ensuring that you're looking for the latest version difficult, and it does increase the compliance risk. Some of the documents that most of you are storing would be purchase orders, supplier invoices, drawings, maybe any type of file, HR files, quality documents, bill of ladings, production inspections reports, acknowledgements, AR invoices, customer statements, you name it. We're probably all storing them at some point somewhere, whether it's in a paper form or in an electronic form. So the question really comes down to, where are you storing your documents today? All right, so in the native Epicor document attachment process, so that this is an out-of-box functionality that is included in, we can have it whether you are in Classic or in Kinetic. This is still available for all of you. This functionality is often enough for a lot of organization that simply just needs the quick access to supporting documentations. With this process, documents are attached to the different types of records that are available within the application, and the users don't really have to change their processes in any sort of way. It can be an easy drag and drop or looking for a file that's stored somewhere else. Real life examples would be your customers calling you or emailing, and you want a copy of the packing slip because that got crumbled up during shipment. Normally, what you'll do is you go back, you try to either you're going through the filing cabinet looking for the one that you filed away. You might be reprinting the packing list somewhere, but maybe you want to get to the one that was actually physically sent. Your report may have changed. At that point, having the document attached in Epicor allows the user simply to click on the customer shipment tracker, locate the shipment, and reprint or view the attachment directly from that record. As I mentioned, if you have done any changes to a report, so if you have a report and maybe you've customized it or you made an alteration to it, anytime you do that, if you were to reprint your report, you're reprinting the new version of a report, not the one that was maybe sent to your customer, whether that is in your ARAP, your parts, you name it. So it's important to have the document that you truly sent to the customer be the one that's attached to the record. Some other examples of records, again, that you may want to attach documents to are parts. Like I said, we mentioned the drawings, your jobs. Do you want to know your inspection processing? Easy way to put that in. Customers. Add attachments to all your purchase orders. Anytime you get a purchase order from your supplier, add it to your PO. You have everything right there. You can even then go ahead and add the bill of lading for the incoming bill of lading for your receipt. You can also go ahead and add your receipt to it. You can start building your repository of items that belong to this record. Where does Epicor store the documents? Well, they don't actually store the documents in the Epicor database. Instead, what it does, it is store it in a file path. What this does is allow you to keep the documents outside of the database, continuing to keep the database smaller. You're still allowed then to leverage the existing document repository that you are used to using. This could be SharePoint, it could be a Google Drive, it could be ECM. When it comes to the local file server, if you are in the cloud, it does not support the location going to the local file server most of the time. But if you have anything on-prem, then from an ECM perspective, then you'll be able to use the local file server. Just something to keep in mind. The native attachment process, like I said, is a great option for many businesses. We know it may not work for everyone. Some of the strengths and limitations with out-of-the-box functionality are the ease of use to drag and drop files into the documents or into the records, allowing users to continue their existing processes that don't need to make any changes. They're just needing to add the documents to the records. Access are controlled through Epicor security permissions for who have access, who can view, add, or delete, or even searching. There's an excellent linking process to business records. However, they are only intended for attaching the document, not for managing the entire life cycle of a document. There's no optical character recognition process. There are no option to read text for scanning, and there are limited workflow options and no versioning control. That is where ECM comes in, Epicor Content Management. ECM is much more than just data storage solution. It's a platform that captures, manages, automates, secures your business information across your organization. Many of you rely on paper files, network drives, email attachments, manual approval process to go through the site lifecycle of a document. ECM can replace these disconnected processes with a central repository and include automated workflows that integrates directly with Epicor. The core capabilities of ECM would be document management, workflow automation, intelligent data capture, and direct integration into Epicor. ECM manages documents throughout the entire lifecycle. Rather than simply attaching a file to a transaction, ECM controls how the documents are captured, secured, approved, retained, and ultimately archived. As I mentioned in the previous slide, one of the core strengths of ECM is document control. It ensures employees always have access to the correct version of the document while maintaining an audit trail history of changes. Not every employee should have access to every document. ECM uses role-based security to determine who then can view, edit, and approve the documents. To ensure sensitive information is kept secure, while employees still have quick access to the documents they're needing. Got a couple examples kind of lined up in our slide here. A lot of times when we're hearing about what ECM, we're talking about the accounts payables and the order automation processes that Epicor promotes. There's many others you can use ECM for. A couple examples here lined out is an HR employee onboarding and also an engineering document control. While, like I said, the accounts payable and the order automation are the two most popular processes, look outside the box at what are others. HR files, policies, manufacturing drawings, SOPs, photos, could be shipping documents. ECM is also a great way to store any and all of your customer-facing reports that you are sending out of your business. As an example, the work instructions are updated and can be routed through your organization for approval and publish the final version. Throughout the process, any approvals, rejections, comments are captured automatically to create the needed audit trails. Epicor ECM is now also available for GovCloud. It's available for those regulated industries such as defense, government, aerospace, that needs ITAR document management and controls to access and deliver audit-ready records. But document control is more about storing files. It is about ensuring the right people have access to the right information at the right time while continuing to maintain that security, compliance, and accountability. So with Epicor ECM, your organization will gain the confidence that your control documents are being accurately controlled, and that they are integrated directly to the processes where they are needed the most. No more looking around for where's that file cabinet that I need to go to, or which file folder on the whatever drive should I be going to. I think we've all probably been going through that process. All right. IDC intelligent data capture. Let's look a little bit about that. That can assist in removing your manual data entry by automatically identifying document types and extracting information from your documents. Think about all the documents your business receive and produce every day. Again, like your supplier invoices, your POs, bill of lading, packing slips, etc. Someone within your organization is some way or somehow spending time reading and reviewing, probably also entering a lot of this data into Epicor for these documents. The major benefit of using the IDC or any optical character recognition and the machine learning to read and capture data for each document type. IDC can give you a potential reduction in your manual data labor entry. I've seen numbers as high as 70 to 90%. Of course, it just depends on how you integrate ECM and IDC in your business. So here's a process review over how IDC works to capture your documents. Usually it's captured from either an email, a file folder, could be a portal, anywhere. Which is that it does support multiple file types. And the documents are coming in, they get read via the optical character recognition process and classifies based on those document types that are pre-set up. The data are then extracted to capture key metadata like invoice number, part numbers, dates, etc. Next, the data is validated against business rules and exceptions are flagged and needed for review. Documents and data are routed through Epicor transactions and workflows in order to get validated and ready to be delivered into Kinetic. The benefit of a process like this is that you not only reduce your manual data entry, you do improve accuracy. We all know how easy it is to make a typo. You accelerate document processing and you reduce your processing cost, which also helps with an improved compliance and audit readiness and frees your employees to focus on work that are of higher value to your company. In the new ECM mobile app, there now that has been updated, and I think it is as of ECM version 23.2. The new mobile app have come out and it's now updated. Not only does it allow you to be signed now into both being on a phone and a desktop at the same time, but it does allow you to approve and do all the views and anything that you normally do. Another thing is that it does allow users to have the option to capture, whether that is new documents or taking a photo or do receipts or anything like that. You can capture them using the ECM mobile app and you can then upload them to ECM. And from there, you could use a workflow to route it into Epicor and add it to a specific record. So yes, it is possible with the new mobile app. That's one way. There are some other ways you can do the same thing for the proof of bill of lading. Can also be done within the Epicor mobile app, the mobile warehouse, and other ways too. But yes, it definitely is possible. Like I said, the mobile app has been updated. It does streamline the use now of document approvals. There's no need anymore to be tied to that desktop that you used to be tied to before. Now you're able to do the exact same functions that you're doing on the desktop. You can do on your mobile app, which makes you and your business more flexible, where you're allowed to work virtually from anywhere. And another great feature of this is that sensitive information are maintained with the secure user authentication, that's role-based permission and encryption communication back into the ECM server. All right, couple new additional integrations. So while we all know Epicor ECM is tightly integrated with the ERP system, it can also connect to other business applications. Some that you are aware of and some maybe you're not. You can integrate with the Microsoft Office integration to Word, Excel, Outlook, PowerPoint. You can do SharePoint locate integration for collaboration and document management. You can also integrate DocuSign. You would need to have a DocuSign license, but you could do integrate DocuSign to automatically get form signature, electronic signature added to your documents. And then, of course, Prism AI integration allows you to search and summarize data in ECM using your natural language, saving you from that, navigating those folders again, searching for data. And another noteworthy point here is also that Prism will also respect the security configured in ECM. So users can only search for documents they should have access to. So instead of asking, where's this document? Users will now be starting asking more, what does the document say, or which document contains this information, allowing Prism AI or other search tool to deliver those answers in seconds, helping your employees again to make faster, more informed decisions. In this session today, we will be looking at options for attaching documents to Epicor, the difference between the native document